What's your name?
My name's Nick Louketis Jr.
Okay. And where were you born at, Mr.
Born in
Louketis?
Albany, Georgia.
Okay. When were you born?
Doherty County, Albany, Georgia.
Okay, when?
1942, September 25th.
Okay. And tell us about your family.
Well, my father's father was a Greek, and he lived in Albany, Georgia. That's how we got the name Louketis. But that was amazing to me how we got that name Louketis, because my grandmother looked white, but she wasn't white, but she went as black, and they let him have the name Louketis on his birth certificate. That was amazing to me. Okay. My mother was a black female from Dawson, Georgia. She migrated to Albany, Georgia. And my father and mother went to school together, and they finally got married, and then I came. My first memory was when I used to go to the store with my mother. We had to go to school downtown. I would see the sign that said colored and white, and I didn't quite understand what that meant, because when I go with my grandfather, I could go where I wanted to go. But then when I wasn't with my grandfather, I had to go to the colored sign. I had to go to the colored back. Wherever the colored people had to go, that's what I had to do. And I couldn't quite understand it because I was young at the time.
Okay. Now, when you said your grandfather was
a Greek. Was a Greek.
That's what I was getting ready to say. So that allowed you to have access to things that typical African American.
Well, I would say that I had a break in certain things. We brought me to Albany College.
And when did you come in?
I came to Albany College in 1960.
Okay. Okay.
It was the only black college in town.
Okay.
I mean, it was back in the days when you had money was a problem, and that if you wanted an education, it was the best place to do. Stay home and get an education.
Okay. Okay.
You know, you don't have to go out. You got to spend a lot of money to leave town, and what I figured Albany State was about good schools in and out of school. Okay. And I felt like it was an individual that wanted to learn, not the name of the school.
Okay.
I feel like I know much as I would have learned much from Albany State as I would have learned from Georgia Tech.
Okay. Okay. Next question. What organizations were you involved in once you became a student here at what was Albany State College?
Well, after I came to Albany State College, they formed a movement. And I got interested in the movement. And I started seeing what how important the movement was. And I feel like if we would just sit down and do nothing, we were going to have nothing. Okay. So we decided, along with some help, we got some help from some people organizations that came to town, like Snake Corps. Okay. They came to town, and they got I say the cream of the crop. Like I said, me and him and the fellows, we had it's a group. I mean, everybody know that you got a cream of the crop in the town. So they got with us, and we started having out with the pamphlets and passing out and things. Got other people involved in it, and that's how it started.
Okay, now what individual thing? I remember talking to Mr. Reed about how he taught the different folks to get them up to a point where they were ready to go and register to vote and those sorts of things. What role did you have?
I played the same role he played. We went to voter registration school. Dr. Cotton and King sent us they had a little school going on, and we learned how to deal with the illiterate people and get their mindset and how they can go downtown and won't be afraid to vote. And we would pick them up. Okay. And we'd pick them up, we'd take them downtown, we'd go to their house, pick them up, bring them back home.
Okay, that's quite interesting. I've never actually read that anywhere.
Yeah, that's what we did.
Next thing I wanted to ask, what are your memories of one of the first marches, demonstrations you were involved in, and what happened?
The first demonstration we had was at Travel Baptist Church. And Reverend Boyd had us Dr. King to come in there that had his first meeting there because he knew he had been to Moke House and he knew Dr. King. Okay. So that's how he got to be the first church to have the first movement. That his movement started at Charlotte. And he moved across the street to Mount Zion. And how we did it, we strategized to keep preaching them about, they want them to know what we was doing. We would have it at different churches. We would spread the word down at different churches. Like we would have it on Broad Street at Friendship at this time. And we had it at Arcadia this time, you know, in different places. And we would try to keep them from knowing what we were doing.
Now, with the demonstrations, what were some of the things that you guys did? Where did you end up marching at? Who was with you? What was going on? Okay,
when the demonstration marched, they marched from Harlem. They started in Harlem, I imagine, and they went on across Oglethorpe, and that's when the man told them they try to turn around at Oglethorpe. And Dr. King asked him what the light on green.
Okay.
And he said, yeah, and they proceeded to go home downtown.
Okay.
And they had 500-600 people behind us.
Okay.
And I was late getting there.
Go ahead, you can join in the conversation. I got you on now.
Me and my partner was late getting there. When we got there, they had the fire department in the city hall right there together. And they had a little alley there. We had all of them back in there. And I was we trying to get back where our people were. And they wouldn't let us get back there. They said, I tell you what, they handcuffed us right then. And they got us for obstructing justice.
Oh, my God.
Then they took us to big jail.
Wow.
We had a case right then.
What was your sentence?
Huh?
What was your sentence?
My sentence was 30 days picking up dirt on the street.
Just because they wouldn't let you go to jail.
Now, after this encounter, showing up late to the demonstration and you know, pleading with the folk, now were you talking directly to Lori Pritchard when this went down?
No, I was talking to Laura Pritchard. I forgot the name of the cop now. It was 2 other cops.
Okay.
So Laura Pritchard didn't arrest peons.
Okay.
Yeah, he arrested Dr. King and Abernathy, and he was through with his arrest. He was back in his office.
Okay. Now, after your 30-day punishment, what were some of the other things that you did in the movement?
After the movement, after that, we had a bus boycott.
Okay. Now, and I know the part about Ola Mae Quarterman.
Ola Mae Quarterman, right? But she just started it, and we had to end it.
Okay, so what?
Okay, what we did, these people that work, these maids that work out in the white neighborhoods, they have any transportation.
Okay.
So they were scared to ride the bus. So we formed a group of people that had cars that they wasn't using. They put them in them we had an office down on South Jackson Street, and they would bring their cars by there that they wasn't using. And we would drive the cars and pick the people up, like the bus schedule. Whatever, taking to work, whatever time they got back off, we'd go back and pick them back up. Okay. We had with a carpool going.
Okay. Did you have any dangerous encounters?
No. We were scared, but nothing happened.
Okay.
I mean, you would have kids on the street hollering, nigga this, nigga that, you know, words like that, and but they never bothered us.
Okay.
Never physically, you know, touch us.
And nobody was arrested or anything like that?
Nobody arrested for the simple reason why we weren't arrested because the people, the white people are lazy.
Okay.
And the people cook for them, and they got these kids they got to be taken care of, and they want them to come to work. So they didn't bother them for that reason. I think that's the reason why they didn't bother. They let us come to, you know, the Western Pine was part of one of the rich neighborhoods at that time. That's what we did all our most picking up at in the Western Pine area. There's a new area out there.
Okay. And this is in what, 1960?
It's in 1960, well, 62, right?
Okay.
We started in, I think it was in December 61 when the movement when that first demonstration was, that first march.
Okay. Okay. Were you a part of the integration of the bus station with Bertha Goldberg and Blanton Hall being arrested and that kind of thing?
Eddie Wilson, Evelyn Tony, Blanton Hall. No, they weren't alone. We read about it. I actually wasn't there.
Okay.
When they did it.
Okay. Okay. Now, did you get from the university, because there have been people who talked to me about it, but I haven't found any evidence of one yet except Opal Jones' letter. Did the university send you a suspension letter? Did you ever get?
No, I didn't get one.
Okay, so you didn't actually get into trouble and get caught, did you?
Ma'am?
The university, did they actually catch you? Because somebody was telling me about the fact that they had spies that would give people's names to different administrators.
No.
Okay, that is.
But it would have made a difference to me. I was openly. They knew me. They knew what I was.
So they knew, regardless of whether.
Well, see, my sister was in jail also.
Oh, okay.
And she was demonstrating. She was in a demonstration also. She was a student here.
Really? What's her name?
Louketis.
Huh. You know what? She's not on my list. Did she get into trouble?
She should be on your list, huh?
Did she get into trouble or?
She was arrested for demonstration.
Okay, but the university didn't have her on the list to be suspended or expelled?
Probably.
Okay.
You know, I'm trying to remember how I found out that I was suspended, because I don't recall getting a letter.
No, but this is how that happened. When December, quarter started back to January.
Right. We were out of school actually when it happened.
The Board of Regents suspended us indefinitely. Well, after the boycott and all the other stuff, Reverend Wells got a group of us to go to Washington, D.C. to pick the Justice Department.
Okay.
So myself, Emory Harris, Marvin Holloway, Evelyn, I don't know her last name, Ms. McCree Harris, Mr. Price, and Mr. Hudson, and Charles Jones. He was a member of the SNCC at that time. And we took 2 cars when we went to Washington, D.C. to pick the Justice Department. And we had our signs all over in Georgia, things like that, for people to recognize where we were from, what we were doing. And I think that put an impact on some changes.
Okay.
And we was in Jet Magazine. Jet Magazine picked us up. We didn't have no names, but he picked our pictures up, and our signs were already on it.
Okay.
And after that, I went in the service. I had to dodge I had to go to Vietnam, so I dodged to Vietnam. I went in afterwards.
A lot of us did.
And when I came back, then the changes were there. The signs were down. They had police. And black police, so they had a block to go, but they was employed. And they had they integrated schools. When I came out of service, they had a lot of improvement that went on because of the movement, I think. I got to keep that take that for granted, because we still got a long way to go. And we need people to keep a fight. They need to keep them in check. In other words, we need to keep the Caucasian race in check, because they out to get us. They don't realize that, but they're giving us things, but it ain't enough they're giving us. We got a black president, and they won't let him run the country. They blocking him, everything he try to do, they blocking him. We still got a president, but actually he ain't doing nothing, for the country, because nobody won't let him do anything. So that's what we got to keep on pushing.
Okay. Okay. The fight is not over.
Yeah.
All right. Okay.